Welcome back, folks. It is ZiggyD here, once again with some more Path of Exile racing, joined again by the Octavian Zero. Welcome back, mate.
The zeroth Octavian, the precursor to all things Octavian.
Yes, all Octavians to come afterwards are just a shadow of the original. We are here with the third race of the day, a Piety boss rush race. We have many chip idiots on the screen. Don't worry, when things get started, we'll shuffle it around a bit. But for now, you witness, why not 4 chip idiots? Here you go, I'll give you 4 chip idiots. Maximum chip idiot density on the screen right now.
Noun? Is it a flock? Is it a herd?
Of idiots or chips?
Is it a murder?
Is
like
it
with crows?
A computer of chips? Or is it a gaggle of idiots? I do not know. Maybe when you put them together, it becomes something new, something more powerful, something unprecedented. We do see some shadow action being made. Pre-making the characters here for the Piety boss rush. This will be a speedy race, and we're off, but the ladder hasn't populated yet with the tool hasn't populated with the other people doing the race. So for the moment, it's just Chip Idiot. So let's get some, let's get some claps.
So I know it's a little early to call it, but I think Chip might win this.
I don't think you're right.
I think he's got it. No,
I don't think you're right. I think Chip's gonna die. But
and this is the only way he would lose. Yes, if it was a race of just him.
I just had to be contrarian because, like, you know, we have 4 chip idiots. What can I say? But look, this is the closest race I have ever seen. We've had some close races today, but nothing even competes with how close this race is. I don't think it could be closer. Look at this Hillock kill. It's exactly in sync. Like, they're all shadows, to be fair, but oh my god, they're even attacking at the exact same time. This is a phenomenally close Path of Exile racing, but they're all almost dying as well. Imagine if they all died to Hillock.
That would have been great.
A tragedy.
That would have been excellent.
Insane proportions. I can step things up a level here in just a second. Possibly. I'm refreshing to see if we can get more people in the race. We do have a Piety boss rush race coming. Now we're gonna have 50% more races and 50% less chips, because we are getting 2 I'm Exiles and versus 2 chip idiots. That's right. You didn't know. I didn't know. No one knew, but this is a 2v2 race with the teams being comprised of
team race.
The twins, I'm Exile and Chip Idiot and Chip Idiots. They have cloned themselves for your viewing pleasure in a 2v2 race scenario here. So this is unprecedented Path of Exile racing gameplay here, like the likes of which you have never seen before.
Chip seems to be struggling with hitting that mirror there. There we go.
I know, the classic mirror spinneroonie. Oh, try and tag the mirror. No can do. I do like the early delirium tag here, though, for the 1 quick currency, maybe. Let's see if he gets something nice from it. Is he just going to end it here? Or is he going to go for a few more kills? That is a little bit... Oh, I'm Exile. I'm Exile. No, don't die, mate.
Oh, is he okay?
We can't have 50% of our races die. That would be
very brave, hitting that. He was trying to hit that nest even when he was absolutely surrounded by Roas.
Yes, if
you don't want to anger that many Roas at once, that's dangerous.
If you do not know, a while back GGG changed it so when you click on the nest, all the Roas enrage and get much more dangerous. You can see they effectively turn on blood rage and become a lot scarier, so you gotta be a little bit careful about hitting them, especially if there's a pack of blue champion Roas in the area there. But I'm Exile just managing to get out of there safely. I would like to say that the 2v2 race was just a joke, by the way. It was a prank. It was a prank in the end, because we actually have other races now joining us in the race. Everyone did start at the same time, but sometimes it takes a bit for the tool to populate. So now we have an actual race on our hands. We have Dead and Doom up in the top left, I'm Exile in the top right, Havoc down in the bottom left, and Chip Idiot down in the bottom right. For the moment, we have 4 races. We have multiplied your viewing pleasure by many times, many-fold.
That whole bit at the start there with, you know, just Chip Idiot across all 4 screens was really just an extended metaphor for how in racing you are your own biggest obstacle, and you're always just trying to beat yourself and improve.
This is so deep right now. I'm drowning at these depths. The pressure is bursting my eardrums with how deep these metaphors are. Wow. Too much pressure for me. That's
don't die to Hellrig.
Octavian. Oh, truly beautiful. Dead and Doom does not die to Hellrig, though the extra monsters at the end there are trying to do it as well. He does make it through, though. I'm Exile already into the Submerge passage. Blasting off on some squids there, getting some big XP. Doing pretty well at the moment. Chip Idiot taking a little bit of time in the vendor here. Looking for the ones with the right links. Doesn't quite get the 3 link, unfortunately. Does at least get some colors that are useful on his wand there. We see only 2 links from Havoc as well, so he's also not loaded with the exact ones that he wants, but he has time to get this. Though in these short races, there is very little room for error.
And there's no muling in races that are dominated by shadows. So you're not going to have twice as many opportunities, quite literally, to get that, perfect wand colors out the gate.
Yeah, that's it. So the single character on the run through, not enough time to take advantage of the mules, and the shadow strat instead being much more prevalent here, rather than the witches like we've seen in some of the longer races. The shadow tends to have a bit of an advantage in the shorter races here. Better passes, not quite the need for muling. We're seeing currency deliriums for both I'm Exile and Havoc at the moment. Hoping to pull out a couple juicy alteration orbs at least would be nice. There's an alteration for Havoc, just as an actual drop. Certainly nice to get that ult as a drop. Usually you'll see the racers picking up every blue item that they can, and identifying a good chunk of them to try and get those alterations and transmute shards. Just scooping one off the ground saves a lot of effort.
Oh, Dead and Doom, no! He went back into a porcupine explosion, or the delirium porcupine bombs. I don't know.
Gotta be absolutely rattled there. Dead and Doom taking a big hit early in the race. For not the first time today, unfortunately. He was on fine form at the start of the race there, but drops down with a death. Already the first death of the race, and chat is enthused. You monsters. You monsters.
I think he got baited. I didn't see what it was, but there was something that had dropped. Then he turned around to pick up and didn't realize that there was a shower of spikes coming down on his head as a result.
Absolutely brutal. We're gonna pop Pete up on the screen now. And no, I accidentally full screened the ladder. Well, here's the ladder in case you guys are curious.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. What can I say? We got Pete up on screen, kicking the dead body of Dead and Doom off screen once again. So sad. The saddest. But I'm not sad for too long because we got Pete coming up on the screen, playing the shadow in the ledge, zooming his way through with the frost blinks, making full use of the frost blink damage on the packs there. Excellent positioning, actually. Correct use of Frostblink to hit as many monsters as possible. Not only does the damage and gets you the extra XP, kills the packs without the need of many other skills. Just drop the Orb of Storms, do the Frostblink, everything dies. Works well, but also speeding up the Frostblinks as well.
Lowering the cooldown. One of the interesting things about Frostblink is due to the fact that it's instant, it can actually be used while channeling other things. It was something that Steel took advantage of in the Chinese race that just recently finished with his Cyclone build. You can actually continue channeling Cyclone and Frostblink around.
You can? You can Frostblink while Cycloning? Oh my god. Cyclone got even.
And you can Frostblink while Incinerating or Scorching Ray or whatever as well if you want to.
I did not know that. That is crazy. That's really good for those skills, especially for Incinerate. Where having a bit of extra positioning is super helpful.
Yes, it's kind of neat for that unique keystone that got added this league as well, the one that gives you vines and benefits while you're vined and all that. Though I think frost blinking removes vines, so I don't know. I'd have to test it.
Yeah,
that's not really going to take any sort of. Yeah, I don't think that's going to really matter in the course of the race though. Here,
that is
Frostblink is cool and cooler than people give it credit for, and it also hits pretty hard too. Even in the end game, you can get like 500,000 damage average hit out of it.
Yeah, I've seen some people trying to make Frostblink builds, but it certainly plays a big role in the early stage of the race here. Very quickly gets changed for the powerful combination of Flame Dash and Smoke Mine, since you can combo those two together so effectively. But the Frostblink definitely sped up the early race.
Item alert bot, Wanderlust on the radar. Pock has a pair of Wanderlusts.
Who got it, Wanderlust?
Pock.
Park HC picking up the Wanderlust. We have so many Wanderlusts today. I mean, even more than one is like crazy.
And this is an even tighter race than the Dominus was, you know? Piety's before Dominus. I am, in fact, a racing expert.
This is like so early to get one as well.
One of the Pieties, at least, is before Dominus.
3 uniques for I'm Exile from his Delirium. The Stone of Lazar actually marginally helpful. The others, less so. The chest was surprisingly good, but as we've discussed earlier, the racers just don't want to put a chest on because it penalizes the move speed. They don't need the survivability, but as far as like a leveling survivability chest goes, it's actually surprisingly good. Chip Idiot hitting a big hit there.
The faded version is pretty ridiculous for safety while leveling. Oh, Exile, no. He got pulled in there on top of some spikes.
Exile eating a few of the ground spikes as well, having Brutus giving him a little bit of trouble. Gets yoinked as well. Does manage to land the Frostblink on him though, which is what you want to do. You'll see players trying to take full advantage of Frostblink to keep Brutus chilled, making the fight a lot safer, but also getting a little bit of extra damage on. Not the fastest Brutus kill for I'm Exile, with a few upsets, getting hit a few times and chain pulled and all that sort of stuff, but does get the kill done. We see what looks like a much smoother Brutus kill for Havoc. Gets away just in time to avoid the triple slam, which does a ton of damage, and we see an example of a very clean Brutus kill from Havoc there. Perfectly stacking those Stormblast Mines and maintaining the Frostblinks at the same time. Chip Idiot also seems to be doing pretty well. He's got his Orb Storms up, he's got his Frostblinks, hitting them just about as they come off cooldown. Maintaining maximum Stormblast Mine uptime. Runs out of mana though. He's still out of mana flash charge. A little bit late on it though. Yeah,
I sympathize with that out of mana flask sound that you just made, by the way. You know, like a deflating balloon. I do that too.
Oh no, it is the most painful feeling in Path of Exile to be out of mana. It is the worst thing in the game. To have a character that just is out of mana. Have a build that has mana problems. Oh my god, the most painful thing.
It is awful.
We have Pete taking down Brutus finally there as well. We might check in on Park, since we did hear about Park's item alerts going off for the Wanderlust.
Item alert.
We were.
I can do that every time now.
I think out of health is worse. I don't know about that. I think out of mana is worse than out of health.
Yeah.
Because you're trying. Because when you're out of
so
mana,
if you're out of mana, you can't cast spells.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like the argument needs to end there.
Is there a second part to the argument? No. Okay. All right.
No.
I was gonna say when you're out of health, you're like you resign to your fate, right? You're dead. There's nothing else you can do. But when you're out of mana, you try to do things and you can't. That's what's worse. So yeah, that's why I think it's worse. It's a fate worse than death, possibly.
So you would say that trying and failing is worse than just not trying at all. You'd rather just not try.
That's why
the advice you give people. Just don't try.
Never try. Don't put yourself out there. You can't fail. You'll live a life without failure. Never try. Although these racers don't know the meaning of this, because these guys are the definitions of try hard, because they try very hard. And you know what? That's not an insult.
No, not at all.
I should love to be as try hard as our racers today. Park HC was in first for a second there on the XP. Definitely doing very nicely. Possibly helped a little bit by the Wanderlusts. Maybe. They are certainly nice to have. Hitting the treasure chest for a few extra kills on the squids. Doesn't quite get the kills though. Has to grab a little bit of extra Stormblast Mine action before leaving. Does not waste all that XP he invested precious half a second into. Merveil, first phase coming up. Comfortably maneuvering around the damage, which we've seen can be quite lethal. Park's our first on-screen Merveil kill, and I think possibly the first. Presuming he makes it through it.
This is definitely the first Merveil. Provided, of course, he doesn't die in the second phase. Always leave room for death.
It is certainly an if. It can happen. We've seen at least 2, maybe 3 Merveil kills today's races.
I think they were all first phase. First phase is certainly the more dangerous for the racers because the machine gun projectiles can come out instantly.
Yeah, second phase can be a little bit more annoying and time-consuming due to the geysers slowing you down, the squids kind of getting in the way, and the lightning bolts can certainly hurt. There's death to be had, but yeah, first phase is much more lethal, much more quickly. A rare pair of boots for Park HC, but as we know, he already has the Wanderlust, so not going to be needing to
Maybe
look for the
in
move
need of-
speed.
It's alt shards. He might not
absolutely.
have enough for both of his wand recipes yet.
Picking up every rare for sure at this point in the game. Getting as much currency as possible. I'm Exile on his second phase of Merveil now. Going a bit smoothly. Took a little bit of damage, but otherwise pretty comfortably. Nice teleporting and Orb of Storm's placement there. That was actually very cool.
Yeah.
And
Hillock doing his second phase. That's I was a little scared for his positioning there. He was surrounded by menacing looking statues.
Yeah,
But they are ridiculously slow, so he's okay.
You have to read the position of those geysers, the screams, and the exploding squids all at the same time and pick the right spot to be. And then pick a place you can move.
He only has the one life flask to his name, which is a little spooky, but he's okay.
It's at least a medium life flask. He probably had 3 smalls and upgraded it, leaving him with the only the medium life flask. I found myself in that position plenty of times. Empty flasks let you like, I just upgraded. Don't have enough currency at this point to buy a new one. Transmutation from the boss of Chip Idiots. Definitely worth getting excited about in a race scenario. Getting an extra transmutation drop is big. It saves vendoring like 10 items.
Quandric is in the Merveil fight as well, off screen. He's handling it just fine, but on his Templar run, which of course he's a Templar, he is a little bit behind these shadows.
Now that we've just had our boss fights finish up, we can check out a couple rip clips already. We're only minutes into the race, and already we have some glorious rip clips for you. We do have...
What did he go back for?
D&D. Yeah, going back for the armor scrap. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, you got to do it. You need those scrolls. And he thought he was okay. He thought he was clean. It didn't actually look like a lot of monsters, but surprisingly lethal. He might have went back onto... Oh, the exploding effects. Yeah. They're on the ground. They're hard to see. The monsters are on top of them. The loot label's on top of that. The fog's on top of that. The visibility can be an issue. I mean, had to in that situation remember that they were there.
It didn't quite kill him by itself, but it,
monsters finished him off.
Tenderized him. Yeah.
Yes, very tenderized. Super tender, super juicy, and the mobs enjoyed that snack. We have one more clip, though. We have Gertington with the rower charges charged by a set of 3 rowers. Ow. Ow and ow. Oh, no. Those rower charges, certainly brutal. Big stuns, big hits, and then the final one looked like an actual headshot off from the left there. Just a bang.
It's like he was a matador waving the red flag.
Oh, no. And we were talking about Merveil. In the time we were watching other people die, it turns out we had another death with Keldorn in the Merveil fight. Second phase, you were saying it's not that lethal. Octavian, about to be proven wrong. Second phase.
Is it a lightning orb?
Respected. The screams. The screams?
Oh, man.
Just 100% scream. Tried to teleport away, teleported onto the edge of the bottom side of the scream. Couldn't really go north. Was in a bad spot and still gets kind of jagged by last 2 hits of the scream. Right on the edge there. Right on the edge of that AoE, actually. Almost got away. They almost got away with it too. But did not. There might have been a little bit of squid action in there as well, but the screams seem to do the majority of the damage. Certainly the slowing effect from the scream makes it a lot harder to get out there.
That's a bit spoilery. I won't say it. We have another clip, basically.
Oh,
I can watch other people off screen. We have another clip.
I think you might have already spoiled it. Oh no, wait, what? What's this? What's this? Hold on. Didn't we already watch a clip from Gert? I think we might have watched a clip from Gert. I think Gert
this is the one I just saw. But yes,
no. Oh no. Oh my god, that was the brutal combo from Brutus. What the dude? Come on, mate. Ease up. Gertington dying in mudflats. Heroically rerolls, gets back into it, gets up to Brutus. Brutus goes with a slam, instantly followed by the spikes. Look at that combo. That's a brutal combo. Wow. Poor Gert. Absolutely savage there. The game is pulling no punches on Gertington today.
One more. There should be one more clip, though.
Apparently we have
once
another clip coming.
Once our behind the scenes folks get it. I don't want to spoil it.
I think you've already spoiled it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it anymore for anyone who didn't hear me.
All right, shh. Secrets. We'll keep the clips as a surprise when they come in.
Everyone forget what you heard.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got Chip Idiot coming through for the Fidelitas fight, or Fidelitas, whichever way you prefer it. I've heard many versions. Frostbomb well placed at the start there, gets the extra hit in. Solid damage and a clean kill.
Yeah.
Fidelitas not even getting a chance to fight back. Quick strong box from I'm Exile, cleans it up very nicely. Park HC dealing with a bit of an accuracy aura spider there. Thankfully has cleaned up everything else in the area, so not presenting too much of a threat. Getting caught on some spiders, but still managing to wiggle his way through. Not bothering to tangle with the regen rares. Regen rares, energy shield rares, you skip them. You don't want to fight them. Yeah. That's way too slow. Pretty decent starting damage on Weaver.
Weaver's not too slow. Weaver down to half already. Does chunk pack on the way out. Yeah. He's, as you kind of expect to be at this point, he's not exactly very tanky. But he's got an evasion chest piece on. That's rather nice. Might just save his life in this pack. He's actually spending passive. He's surrounded by spiders, and he's just throwing some passive points down.
It's impressive. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Park.
He ain't worried at all.
Easy. Park comfortably taking down Weaver very quickly. I'm Exile's first phase going down pretty quick. Takes a bit of damage from the spiders. Positions fairly safely across the room. A little bit of chance to finagle some gems in his inventory. He's moving stuff around, trying to set up that 3-link on his wand. Or in this case, double 2-link. One of those. Havoc moving into his spider kill. Currently leading the XP charge. Has gotten a little bit more XP on the way to the Weaver.
This is a race with a boss goal at the end of it, though, not an XP race. Yes. Though even in an XP race at this point, we wouldn't really be able to, draw any reasonable conclusions. We weren't able to draw reasonable conclusions 15 minutes out in the XP race.
No.
Quantric.
Not even 10 minutes left. Yeah, with 10 minutes left in the race, it was still a bit hard to tell what was going to happen in the last XP race. So you never quite know, but the XP is more just a measure of exactly how much they're deigning to kill as they go here. But certainly if you see someone who's got a progression and an XP lead, you know they're killing it. Usually you'll see someone with a progression lead, a bit less XP, but you never quite know. Who is leading the progression at the moment? From the looks of thing, Park? Possibly?
It's kind of hard to tell in Act 2 because you don't know
which
zones they've gone to yet or not. It could be I'm Exile as well. It seems like he's in a similar spot.
Yeah, Park and I'm Exile actually almost neck and neck, both entering the same zone at the same time. Havoc just getting to Oak a little bit faster though, so actually Havoc slightly ahead, but yeah, it's really close at this point. Depends on...
And we don't know if Havoc has killed other bandits. Maybe he hasn't gone and done Creighton yet. Sometimes that is skipped early.
It does make Act 2 very hard to read, especially if we've been getting some rip clips at the same time. But we'll see it start to shake out a little bit as they move through Val Ruins and get a bit of an idea of who's in front, because that's where everybody starts to come together, bottleneck effectively in Act 2. But yeah, we do see Havoc going
moving
back
on. And Exile still has to go talk to Alira. So
yeah, so it looks like Park is about a zone ahead, or half a zone roughly, since it doesn't take too long to do the Alira fights, but Havoc going back for his Alira fight now, and Park getting chased down by a hasted snake.
A bit of a difference in strategy here, because Exile helped Alira and Havoc is killing her. So Exile valuing that res, or maybe just valuing the time that the fight would have cost him.
True, yeah. I would, yeah, I don't know. In this race, like, Piety kill race, pretty short. A little bit of extra resist certainly helps, but not really going to make or break a lot of the runs.
I mean, she does every type of melee damage, right? Fire damage in her melee form, ice damage. Yes, ice damage in her ice shot
Definitely.
Form. and lightning damage in her main form.
Yeah, typically the lightning not too scary unless you're at the point where you're at 0% lightning res, in which case actually kind of scary. Ice shot is pretty much always scary in a race situation, as long as if you're out of position. The fire is scary if you've got no move speed.
I feel like that was a misread there. Like, Exile had some unlucky zones in the last iteration of Vol Ruins, basically the last race. I think it was the Dominus race, I think, actually, where he had unlucky Vol Ruins. But this time it just looks like he flustered the layout a little bit.
Yeah, definitely leading him into fall a good chunk behind Park here, who's already halfway through Northern. I'm Exile kind of still trying to fight his way through, but he is not missing the opportunity to get a bit of extra XP here on these shrines. and does find his way to the Ancient Seal. Park looks like he'll be just about leaving the zone as I'm Exile is entering it. So about a zone lead for Park. Almost. Yeah, there we go. Pretty close. So we've got a pretty close race between Park HC and I'm Exile here. But certainly anyone's game at this point. Plenty of time for things to shake out. We're going to check in on the ladder a little bit just to see how people's XP... I mean, we've got our top 4 on screen, but who is close in terms of the XP? We did see Pete a little bit earlier in the race, who's still holding pretty steady in 5th place. We've got Zugmax Quantric, the winner of the last race, in 7th. Dropping down a little bit. But as I said, pretty much anyone's game at this point. I'm Exile now moving through into the caverns. Park almost to the temple itself. We're going to sneak in a quick clip now while we have a chance before the Val fights start happening. This is the one that Octavian was brutally spoiling, but we do indeed have a clip from Garatha. Another Mervale fight. Oh no, second phase again, Octavian. Oh no.
I suppose I need to eat crow.
Oh no.
Same as the last death.
Oh, unfortunate positioning. Although helped a little bit along by the geysers here and a squid also getting amongst it. Exploding squid kind of panicking him a bit more as it jumps on top of him. I think he might have even gotten finished by that exploding squid. The scream was definitely doing a lot of damage to him. Could have been the exploding squid, could have been the scream that finished him off. But definitely either way, dead. Very dead. Very dead, Garatha. Definitely some claps for Garatha. A solid death, proving once again Mervale very formidable. We see
in the background. He's not re-rolling in the race, I don't think, but he's doing a practice run.
Practicing for the next race, maybe getting.
Yeah, no, he's running a witch now. Which next race is, I think, our Act 5 Kitava run, which would definitely be dominated by witches.
Yeah, that's a witch race. So yeah, likely trying to shake out those rattled nerves from an unfortunate death scenario. I can see wanting to go a little bit of practice just to kind of like, kind of overcome that a little bit. Park unfortunately hit a big dead end, so fell behind a little bit, and Exile had a chance to overtake from the looks of things.
Evens out the dead end from earlier. Exile's wasn't really that long of one either, so he's got the room to catch back up here. Isn't the exit right there? Oh, there's no door on the left-hand side. That's really annoying for Park.
He did a good job of actually telling that was the case, seeing that was the little room, because I would probably have went to the left and be like, wait a minute.
That's the best he could have done with that.
Yeah, for sure. It was pretty well executed. Mitigation of a dead end, because sometimes you're just going to hit them. Mitigating the problem by realizing sooner rather than later is very helpful.
And it will put him back pretty much even with Exile.
Yeah, they're very close here. Getting to Val at almost the exact same time. Only a second or two difference, and at this point with the stream delay, it's hard to know whether a second or two makes a difference. We can even do a quick refresh to make sure they're both the same time.
Both of them are going to be portaling out during the opening of the fight to do their wand crafts and make sure that they actually have the damage to bring down Oversoul. It's still a very different beast, Oversoul, now than it used to be. It used to be really important to reach that damage breakpoint to be able to have Orb of Storms chain through and kill all the mobs that it would summon in the first phase before it could go back under to save you that time. But that's so very difficult to do now that it's really just about like trying to get as much burst as you can. You know, you're just kind of resigned to the fact that he's probably going to go under. Because you just don't have the damage in range, as you can see, to kill all these mobs.
Yeah, if you can 2-cycle Val these days, you're feeling pretty good overall.
Yes. And that was a beautiful 2-cycle.
That was
Park.
It almost sneaks a slam in it there at the end, but not quite. Yeah, it was a nice clean kill from Park. I'm Exile's just slightly behind. See if his second cycle goes well. Into Ice Phase, not quite as clean damage. Thankfully, Val goes into another Ice Phase rather than slinking away like he could have there. It could have happened. So I'm Exile gets through without too much damage being done. And both of them move on to Act 3. the final act in this race, since this is indeed a Piety kill, and that means proper Piety, not baby Piety, because you don't kill her there, right? It couldn't be a Piety kill if it was the first Piety encounter in Crematorium.
Oh, you mean the one where you drop her to half? Okay.
Because you can't kill her; it's impossible. Nobody can win.
I was thinking demon, like demon.
I mean,
crab
there's so many
Piety.
Pieties. It's like the second time you kill Piety in the Malachi fight. Maybe. Not you don't finish Malachi. Piety race, but in the Malachi fight.
Right, yeah, you can kill Demon Piety again.
Just kill Demon Piety in the Malachi fight. So what's that, the third? No, fourth Piety encounter. Is it the fifth?
How about we do, okay, next race, here's an idea, spitballing live on stream. 2-hour race, kill as many Pieties as you can.
Maximum Piety kill.
I wonder what the strat for that would be.
Does
do you
that
actually
count as,
like go on
farming
through
the
that
boss?
core and kill the 2 Pieties there? Like you gotta Demon Piety both times you kill her?
When you just farm Lunaris Piety, if that counts?
Yeah, no, I guess. You probably just keep resetting a zone with a Piety in it, yeah. Crematorium, maybe, if we make that one count.
Yeah, that counts. No, that would count as 0 kills though. One hit point. She sneaks away.
The Piety hate race.
I know she uses a log out macro when she gets to 1 hit point. Can't believe it. But it's only fair, I suppose. Both I'm Exile and Park hitting the minor dead ends at the start of Crematorium. It'll happen, but that's fine. At least you know how the rest of the zone is laid out once you do that.
If all dead ends were like that, I don't think racers would complain nearly as much.
No, yes.
You know,
like
and they were all that cooperative. You go
like
4 inches and then realize.
Not a massive journey of self-discovery like some dead ends are. Havoc also finding himself not too far behind as he's most of his way through Crematorium and actually getting to Piety just as Park kills, scares off Piety. So Havoc having a little bit of a progression catch-up here. And I'm Exile falling a little bit behind on the Piety kill after a slightly slower Vol kill. All kind of compounding together. Chip Idiot's moving into
damage
Sun.
doesn't look quite as good as what Park is putting out.
Yeah, it's taking a little bit of time there. Taking a breath. I'm Exile getting through his Piety test. And I'm wondering if anyone else is kind of like getting in really close. Because Chip is about a zone and a half behind now. I'm curious. Maybe the ladder can give us some clues. Unless anyone might be progressing harder.
Quantric is doing his Vol over soul now.
I
think a few of our competitors, the rips have knocked them out of the race.
Yeah, true. Pete has been kind of shooting up the XP ladder a little bit, but hard to tell whether he's progressing. Let's have a little bit of a check-in on Pete and see how his progression is shaping up.
Got himself a speed shrine. He's zooming.
Nice.
He's overtaken Exile and Park now. This is, like, aside from that, this is such a close race between these top 3.
Yeah, while Pete, XP rank 4, looks like he's just finished killing Val and was doing his vendoring after Val, so still a couple zones behind as well. So no one else super close on the progression yet. Looks like it's a bit of a 3-way progression battle between Park HC, I'm Exile, and Havoc at the moment. We're going to sneak in a sneaky clip here for your guys' viewing pleasure. Is it a rip clip? Maybe. Let's find out. It is a clip from Techie with many Ks in the Weaver fight just a little while ago.
Cinematic experience.
A very cinematic experience. Eats a couple EKs from the Weaver, backs off, getting surrounded by spiders. A little bit scary. Eats another hit, and an EK, and a hit from the spider. Gets very low, but saved by the level up from the from the Weaver kill. Gets the boss kill and the level up to save the day. Gotta love the level up saves. That spider was about to bite him as well, right as I got away. I love the level up saves. No death for you today, chat. No death. The clutch level, classic. Saved many times. I have been by that. No death. I know. Chat's very sad now.
Yeah, we got some more hurdles to clear. Somebody might stumble yet.
No, I'm sure there will be definitely some more deaths. The boss kill races especially. You see people pushing some under-level content here. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen people backing off on XPing a bit yet. Like, I'm still seeing I'm Exile and Park killing stuff. Maybe after Docs.
There's been some XP cut. Oftentimes when you get the ribbon spool, there's a little unique mob that spawns with a pack of blue monsters just beyond it that racers will go and do for the XP, and both of our racers that have gotten to that point where it's been relevant have skipped it, both Pock and Exile. So there's some, cores being cut for sure.
Yeah, I mean, already, what's Doc's 29? And Park is 22 in there, so it's 7 levels under. They're already at the point where, like, this is more under-leveled than you'd be if you were XPing. So it's kind of maybe just like, just getting a little bit to keep themselves from getting way underleveled. It's definitely gonna, I think they're probably gonna back off pretty soon though. Maybe get one more level and then just smash through to Piety at this point.
Yeah. 23, 24 maybe at the most.
I'm very nervous about I'm Exile's flasks. Oh, he just upgraded. Thank you, I'm Exile.
Yeah, he's got a grader there.
Oh,
he
no.
still has the relic of Act 1, but he's got the grader there.
I was getting like
Titan
23
has
flashbacks.
a mana flask too, but that's less of a liability.
Yeah, yeah, that one's not too bad. As long as you can keep it rolling. I was getting like 23 flashbacks, like a single tiny flask, and being like, no! Panicking me. Please. There we go. But the greater, or I think it's the greater life flask, certainly making a big difference there as an upgrade from the medium. Still one small on the bar. It's not going to do much. That's like basically a light regen flask at this point. Everyone else looking pretty alright. Apparently a little bit of action from Quantric in the background. I got another clip, chat. Let's just check on the instant replay from Quantric off screen. Our Templar hero. Oh my, the freeze box. But he survives though. He pulls it off. Absolute faith there. Not opting to log out. Gets barraged by not only the constructs, but also by the fireball skelly mages. Eats a full barrage from both of them. But it's a survivability. He had it going though. He's okay. No death, chat. No death.
For the necromancer. It was that? I can't tell what curse that was. Oh, the clip's gone. I'll never know.
Clip's gone. You'll never know. Secrets. Sorry. No, I can't remember what that curse is actually. No death. Chat. Immensely disappointed once again. No death. I'm sure your bloodthirst will be sated soon, folks. You monsters. You actual monsters. Park picking up the talcum powder is ready to go through the undying blockage.
Havoc's already through on the other side.
Wait, Havoc, whoa, what? Dude, why do you do this?
Havoc has already cleared the blockage.
I swear, whenever I blink, Havoc has like snuck ahead somehow.
When does he do it?
He does it all the time. That's when. All the time. Havoc's always sneaking on by. Sneaky gamer, Havoc. Moving into Lunaris already. Park, only maybe like 10 seconds behind. This is shaping up to be very close. A clean run through Lunaris could be everything. Havoc gets a crit shrine, decides to kill off the extra pack, get an extra level. I would be surprised if he does much more killing here beyond just keeping his Quicksilver flask full though. He's killing more than I would expect, honestly. He's not killing the mini boss though. No, that would be unwise. This is very close for Park and Havoc. I'm Exile not too far behind, but it looks like the race for first here is gonna be between Havoc and Park. The Lunaris 2 here could be everything. The way that they navigate this could be everything.
Throw off the shackles of the unbiased caster. I'm actually rooting for Park here because this man has been putting in a lot of practice recently, and he had that really unfortunate rip in the last race. Yeah, he could maybe have pulled the top 3 in the last one.
Yeah, he's been shining like a brilliant star lately. He's been popping off, going real hard. So I mean, he's got a real shot at this. Havoc has a little bit of a lead though. There is about a 5-second lead. Oh no, Park hitting the.
You can actually. If you pay close attention to the tiles in the spawn of this zone, you can tell whether you're supposed to go right or left from the beginning. No. And I guess Park. He didn't read that correctly.
Oh god, Octavian, sorry, I'm panicking here, mate. I'm sorry, I'm panicking. So Park, making a mistake on the zone read, like you said, he could have avoided it and then getting trying to go back for a shrine twice and not being able to click it in the end, getting body blocked by monsters. It was not worth going back for. Loses even more time, gets surrounded by a huge amount of tentacle miscreations, even more of them.
Back.
Oh no, Park. I'm getting scared.
He's out of life blast charges.
Oh dear.
Okay, he got one back.
Well, Havoc gaining a little bit more of a lead and making it to Piety first, unless he screws up his Piety kill here. Park.
He's got her to
half, have a hard time catching
seems
up.
to have the evasion. He's got the blind down too from the smoke mine. He's just face taking the melee form. No hits get through.
Oh my god. What a kill from Havoc. That was insane. Fireform Havoc didn't even hit Havoc once. Absolutely insane. Just fakes takes to the victory. Yeah, blinds are up and smashes it out. Oh god, I thought you were right. I thought Park had a real shot there, but a couple of little mistakes in Lunaris, and Havoc with an exceedingly clean kill, giving Park absolutely no chances to catch up on that Havoc kill there. Sorry, yeah, the Piety kill by Havoc. Havoc securing first place in the third race of the day. Very nicely done, Havoc. Super, super good effort. Park, unless something goes horrendously wrong here, should have second place in the bag. And I'm Exile looking to take third.
Might be coming in third, yeah.
Park, not having as clean a fire phase here, does not have the blinds. Does manage to evade it and get the damage on her as she's backing off, and gets the kill and secures second place. A very solid second place. So close to potentially being able to take first, but just lost it there at the end. I'm Exile, seconds behind, starts his Piety with massive damage at the start. Eats a lot of lightning storms though. I'm Exile, probably wisely backing off there and going back to town. Took a lot of damage, might have even been shocked there, and secures the Piety kill. Well played. So we have our first being Park. No, wait, Havoc. Sorry, my bad.
Yes.
Havoc securing first, Park getting second, and I'm Exile coming in third in a very close race in the end there. A very nice Piety kill, folks. Very nice Piety kill. Like I said, blink and you'll miss it. Very fast, very furious, very action-packed race. Congratulations to Havoc, the winner.
We do have one more race on the day for you after this one, once this is completed. So we are going to be doing a classic. Actually, the race that if you wanted to be participating in this, you had to do well enough to qualify. I think the qualifying breakpoint was a sub 2 hour on a Kitava Act 5.
Qualifications for the final race. Getting really serious. Pete going very low against the tentacle miscreations there. Whew, we almost let Park drop to him as well. He just keeps going.
Yeah, he's like surrounded by firing squads.
He's like, I'm out of here. Pete just zooming, confidently strides on past. I'm sweating bullets watching Pete's gameplay right now. Very scary.
The crouch weakness on it is making me really worried.
Yeah, a little bit nerve-wracking. A little bit nerve-wracking. Pete should be taking it all the way to the end here after a very near upset. I think we have a little bit of a... Oh, it looks like we got the kill clips. I don't think we had any more death clips for you, folks. I was hoping to feed you a bit more blood, but looks like people have mostly managed to finish off the race fairly cleanly here. We'll see Pete through to the victory, as we still have a little bit of time before the next race, which, as Octavian said, Act 5 Kitava Rush, which was the race, the competitive race from Exile Con last year. Was it last year? It was last year, wasn't it?
It's the gold standard. It was last year.
It is.
Yeah. It's the gold standard race. This is the one that, was done multiple times in the method race. As you said, it was at ExileCon as well. It was done plenty of times for, Camel's community races when those were being run, and is just like the barometer by which you're kind of measured as a racer.
Yeah, it is the most practiced for race, since a lot of people were trying to get into the ExileCon and then practicing very hard for it. So we should see some Act 5 Kitava action that looks very competitive in the next race. Pete taking down his Piety in fine form there. Actually, really nice movement, avoiding the lightning storms and keeping her on the one spot. Very well managed. Wrangled Piety excellently. So we, folks, I hope you enjoyed the race. We are going to take a break, and when we get back, there will be an Act 5 Kitava kill race. So stick around, but maybe grab a coffee or something, and we'll see you guys soon.